live stream, and in today's live stream we will be talking about trend language in IELTS Writing Task 1. So I hope that this video is going to be so useful because we are going to be looking at a ton of stuff. So now let me make sure that everything is okay with the quality. A ton of stuff. So now let me make sure that that's awesome. So now we can start off. So in this live stream, we will be talking about trend language. And we will also be talking about trends versus comparative language, and we will be talking about a lot where students make a lot of the mistakes and the root causes of those mistakes. We will also talk about types and quality of changes in IELTS Writing Task 1. I will specifically show you how to express those changes, increases, decreases, and fluctuations. And there's also a very big announcement. So make sure that you watch the live stream until the end because there will be a very, very big announcement. And then we will be talking about 4 trend language structures. I believe that the most important part of this video is this one because it really helps you to increase your score, and a lot of the students actually make a ton of mistakes because they don't actually know how to correctly structure their language in IELTS Writing Task 1. And I'm not just gonna show you 1 or 2 language structures, but I'm also gonna show you 4 of those. And then we will also be talking about how to correctly use prepositions. So now let's start off with trend language. So as you know, in IELTS Writing Task 1, in lines, bar charts, pie charts, tables, and complex charts, there are 2 types of those. The first type is trend graphs, and the second type is comparative graphs. So the main difference between them is their conditions. For example, a trend graph is a situation when numbers change over time. There is a period, time frame, we can say, time frame. And an example of that could be this bar chart. As you can see, there is a time frame of 30 years between 1990 and 2020. So because we have a time period, it is considered as a trend graph. And then there is another type of graphs, which is comparative graphs. In comparative graphs, you don't have time change. For example, in this pie chart, you can see that there is no time change. It's just showing the average consumption of food in China, India, and the world. So there's no time change. And the other thing that you have to really understand is types of changes. What sort of verbs or adverbs to use when you want to describe different types of changes in IELTS Writing Task 1. So firstly, we have increases, and there are a ton of phrases that you can use, but I'm gonna write the ones that I highly recommend you to use. Rise, climb, elevate, increase, grow, incline, and then we have go up. So these are all verbs for increases, and there's also a noun form of them. For example, rise would be, elevate would be elevation, grow would be growth. So you really need to understand them as well. And we also have decreases. And for decreases, we have fall, drop, decline, dip, decrease, and go down. Yep. And there's also another type of changes in IELTS Writing Task 1 Academic, which is stability. Stability is a situation when the graph, when there's not gonna be huge changes in the graph, it's gonna stay the same. And there are a couple of phrases that you can use. For example, you can use stabilize, stay constant, remain steady, and remain stable. And there's also the last type of changes, which is fluctuation. And we can use fluctuate for that. And it's as simple as that. So now we've talked about both trends versus comparatives and types of changes. But I've seen a ton of people make mistakes because they literally incorrectly use phrases like significantly or gradually, slightly, and they just don't really realize the difference between them. That's why quality of changes is also really important. So I'm gonna explain that as well. So there are different type of qualities of changes. For example, I think that's the main ones are 5 of those. There are 5 of those that are so essential. The first one is fast changes. You're not gonna use, for example, substantial or significant to describe very like fast changes because there it has a different category, right? So for fast changes, we have rapid, sharp, quick, and there's also steep. We can also use swift. Let me give you an example. For example, the average number of students at Manchester University increased rapidly or swiftly. Or you can also use a noun form as well. There was a steep increase in the number of students, as you can see. And there is also surprising changes. And we use sudden, striking, and abrupt as well for describing surprising changes. For example, the graph might be stable for around 20 years, and after that there was a very significant increase, and you want to say there was a sudden or striking improvement or increase. And there is another type of changes, which is slow, or we can also say small changes. And we can use slow, gradual, marginal, and slight as well. I guess the third type is self-explanatory. So let me move on to the fourth type, which is medium changes. And in this category, we have significant, considerable, and we also have substantial. And these phrases are used to describe medium changes. So it's a good spot between fast or big and small. And there is the last type that I think which is essential, which is big changes. And you can use adjectives like dramatic or drastic or even remarkable as well. So now you can also turn them to adverbs. For example, significant could be significantly. Remarkable would be like drastic. Drastic would be drastically. Example. And now let me announce a quick announcement. If you're tired of studying for the IELTS without even like seeing your results improve, or if you're not seeing the results you want, I know like many of you might be struggling with understanding the exam format, or you might be struggling with writing clear essays, or you might be not seeing improvements in your IELTS score. These issues actually can be incredibly frustrating. That's why I'm creating a comprehensive IELTS course designed to tackle all those challenges head on, and I'm literally putting my heart into it, and it literally covers everything with over 50 hours of video lessons for each section of the IELTS test, and all of them are tailored to help you achieve your target score. And for everyone watching today, I have an exclusive offer. If you sign up for the waitlist right now, you will get 62% off the regular price when I launch it. I might launch it in about a month or 3 weeks. So make sure that you click the link in the description to get waitlisted and claim your discount of 62%. Feel free to drop your questions in the comments, and I'm literally here to help you understand how you can improve your IELTS score. So now let's move on. Now let's talk about trend, language, structure. There are essentially 4 types of structures that you can use. The first one is subject plus verb plus adverb plus number with preposition. And you can also say the place or time. Let me illustrate it. The number of students at Macalester College grew significantly from 5,400 to about 8,000 between 2018 and 2023. I've seen a ton of people just use this structure, but there are 3 other structures that are so essential for you to score so high in IELTS Writing Task 1 Academic. Now let's look at those other 3 language structures that you can use when you're describing trends. So the second one is there, be, an, plus adjective plus noun, and then we can put number with preposition, yeah, number with preposition, and then in subject plus place or time. Let me illustrate it. There was a significant growth from 5,400 to about 8,000 in the number of students at Macalester College. This is the second type because here we have there was a significant growth from, and we are turning the verb grow to a noun growth. So now let's move on to the third structure that you can use. The third one starts off with subject plus there are a couple of verbs that you can use here. For example, experience or witness, see, show, register, and we can also use go through plus an, and after that we're going to put adjective plus then we have noun, and after that we have number with preposition, and after that we will put a place versus time. So now let me illustrate it. For example, the number of students, and this one is a subject. After that, I'm gonna put one of these verbs, which is let's use this one, see, and we're gonna put saw, and then after that we have adjective and noun. So we're gonna put a significant growth. So, and we're gonna put from 5,400 to about 8,000 at Macalester College. And then after that we're gonna put a place or a time after that, because we already talked about place, and we can use from 2018 to 2023, and that's more of an advanced structure that you can use. And yeah, there's also another type of structure that is even more advanced, and this one is very, very special, and not many people are using it, believe me. So the fourth one is, first you're gonna put time or place plus experience, witness. I mean, I can copy this one because we can literally use these verbs again. Go through. We can put a and after that we have an adjective plus noun plus a number with preposition, plus in plus subject place and time. Place or time, or you can also use both. So now let me illustrate it. For example, let's put time. Time would be 2023. Example, experience it. So we use it this one, and then we can use an adjective and noun. So let's say significant rise, and then after that we have a number with preposition. So let's use from 5,400 to about 8,000 in. So because here we have in, and then after that we can use subject, and the subject would be in the number of students. Now we will write the time, write the place, sorry, at McAllister College. And you can also, there's also another way of structuring this. You can also say the time period, or time frame between 2018 and 2023 experienced a significant rise from this to this in the number of students, right? And you can also structure it in a different way as well. You can put the place first, and after that here we can use the time, because until now we've only used its time firstly. So now let's use a place at the beginning. McAllister College. Let's use this one, witness it, a significant rise from around 5,400 to about 8,000 in the number of students between 2018 and 2023. So as you can see, we had the place first, which was McAllister College, and then we used one of these verbs, which is, and we use it, witness it, a significant rise. Significant is an adjective, and then we have a noun, which is rise, and then we have a from around in the number of students. And then the last thing is trend language prepositions. So let me teach you that as well. Trend language prepositions. So the first one is to. To is used for stating a new number in IELTS Writing Task 1 Academic. So I'm going to give an example for that. The number of students grew to 8,000 in 2023, for example. To is used to tell a new number, a new change, for example. And then there is by. By is another preposition that you can use, and it is used for changes expressed by verbs. For example, in this case, if there was a significant rise from around 5,400 to about 8,000, what we have to do is 8,000 minus 5,400, and we get 2,600, and we can write a sentence like this: the number of students rose by around 2,600. So in this case, here we have a verb. That's why we're using by. rose by around 2,600. If we had something like there was a significant rise, we cannot use by, because by is used only for changes expressed by verbs. And there's another one. The third one is of, and it is used for changes expressed by nouns. I'm going to give you an example for that as well. There was a rise of about 2,600 in the number of students. As you can see, we are using of to describe a change expressed by nouns. Here we have a noun, which is a rise. So now there are two other ones as well that are so essential. And then after that we have at. At is used for no changes. Let me give you an example. The number of students remained stable at 6,000. Because it remains stable at 6,000, we're using at in this case because there was no change. So now the last one is with, and it is used for one number at one time with no changes. And it's usually used for telling the highest or lowest number. For example, the lowest number was at Colby College with 4,000. So as you can see, we are using with to describe one number at one time with no changes. So I highly recommend you to rewatch this live stream and take notes, because I've told you a ton of useful information in this video. So